buddy, Rose here. This is the cross stitch headband or ear warmer. We just did the beanie. I'm actually editing that right now. And I had mentioned that I thought it would be great to have a matching headband to go underneath. Just gives you that extra layer so when you get hot, you can take it off, but you still have this. So I made this first one. And so I want to do the head warmer into this color. So it'll be matching. So what we're going to need is, again, with the H hook, 5.0 millimeter. And then your standards, tapestry and scissors. And I just always recommend having one of these on hand. And then if you want to measure your head, you can do that. My head is about 20.5 inches. And it fits perfectly like a beanie should. And for the yarn, I did find it, and it's actually Craft Smart. Really soft. Not cheap, but it's very comparable to I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. And this color is in Blush or Fard Rosé. No idea how to pronounce that. So yeah, gonna make a matching one for this one. So go ahead and get your supplies and I will meet you right back here. Okay, this is actually gonna work up pretty easy. So definitely gonna be doing some videos that are actually not like an hour long. So that's a bonus. All right, so how we're going to start this is we're just going to start with a slip knot. And I'm going to start with a chain of 13. So yarn over, pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I like this length. Covers my ears completely, and I like that. So the cross stitch is done in multiples of 2. So you could definitely make this longer if you want. And now for this next row, we're just going to do in the top loop, we're going to do a single crochet. And in each of these top loops, we're going to do 1 single crochet all the way down. And then we're going to end up with 12 single crochets at the end. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know why that's making me giggle. Here we go. This is the beginning of our repeat. So we just did our 12 single crochets. Now we're going to chain up 2. 1, 2. Turn our work. So we have 12 stitches. Now normally, like this is that last single crochet. We just did a chain 2. Normally this chain 2 in some instances would count as a stitch, and you would start whatever pattern in the first available stitch. But for this pattern, this chain 2 will not count. So this first stitch is available, and then we're going to skip it, and we're going to go into the second single crochet with a double crochet. So yarn over, go in that stitch, the second stitch, and do a double crochet. Okay. And then in that first stitch, we're going to cross back and do a double crochet. And just a quick recap, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to start bringing your hook towards you, and then it starts turning down. And now my thumb and my middle finger have got the spot for me, and so I'm just going to go in that stitch and poke out the back, and then I'm going to grab that yarn and I'm going to pull it back up, my 3 loops, and then I'm going to finish my double crochet. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's my cross stitch. Do another quick recap. So this stitch is spoken for. These are the next 2 that are available. So we're going to skip 1 and we're going to go into the next one with a double crochet. So yarn over, go in there, pull that up, yarn through 2, yarn through 2. I'm going to pull that apart so I can see that one spoken, that one we just used, and here's my available one. And now I'm going to do that cross stitch again. So I'm going to yarn over, bring it toward me. My finger, my middle finger, my thumb have the stitch ready, so I don't have to think about that. Go down, move my thumb, go in that stitch, and poke through the back. And then I'm going to grab my yarn and bring it through and up. And then I'm going to yarn over 2, yarn over 2. I'm going to do that one more time in case you have not seen the other cross stitch videos. This one is spoken for, so we're going to put our thumb to cover it, and then we have these 2 that are available. We're going to skip 1, we're going to go into the next, I'm going to yarn over and go in there and do a double crochet. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, we just went into that one spoken, and here's that skipped one. So I'm going to get my middle finger and my thumb to get it ready for me, and then I'm going to yarn over, come toward me, come down, move my thumb, and there's my middle finger. Pull up. I got the giggles today. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go, our third cross stitch. So skip, I'm going to do a double crochet. Let your fingers speak to you. Okay, now my hook knows right where to go. Cross stitch. Okay, I'm going to skip 1, go to the next. Double crochet. And then we're going to cross back to that one we skipped. Yarn over, go down in there, and do a double crochet. And then the last one, yarn over, double crochet, go back to that skipped one. If I need to, I will pull it. And then I'm going to do a double crochet in there. Okay, and that is our first row of cross stitches. And you should have 6. If you did a chain of 13, gives us a working stitches of 12. Half of 12 is 6. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and turn. And this is the second part of the repeating pattern. So we should have, if you turn it, there's that chain 2 because it's turned. And if you look at it, you can see your V's. So we should have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and then that's our chain 1, that little one right there. So the chain 1 or the chain 2 on the cross stitch will not count as a stitch. So we're going to immediately go into that first stitch, not the chain 1, but the first stitch, and we're going to do a single crochet. That's our first single crochet. And now we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across, and we're going to have 12 single crochets at the end of this row. I love putting the single crochet row to really accentuate that cross stitch. Here's number 12. Okay. Don't get confused with this chain 2. It doesn't count. Just a reminder. Now, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2 for height only, and turn our work. And that's how it's going to be looking. And that's the repeat. So let's do another row of the cross stitch. So we just did a chain 2. There's 1, there's 2. And here's that last stitch. So we're going to skip that one, go to the next one, and do a double crochet. 1, 2, 1, 2. And pull this apart. Get my fingers ready for me, and do a cross stitch, double crochet. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that one's spoken for. So we're going to go skip one and go into the next. It'll be another double crochet. Cross back to that last one. Double crochet. Okay, so that's spoken for. Skip one, go to the next. Double crochet. And then we're going to go back to that one we skipped and do our cross stitch. Boom. And that's it. Skip, do a double crochet, go back to that one we skipped, my fingers ready. Boom. I love that motion of boom, boom. I don't know why. Okay, skip one, go to the next, double crochet, cross back, double crochet. We should have 2 stitches next, and 1, 2, 1, 2, and go in that last one. 1, 2. Okay, and that is what it's going to be looking like. Okay, we're going to chain 1, turn. In that first stitch, there's that chain 1 right there. That last stitch there, we're going to put a single crochet. And single crochet all the way down, and you should have 12. So I still count just to be sure. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12. Okay, and that's all you're going to do. When we start our cross stitch, remember it's a double crochet, so you need height. So it'll be a chain 2, turn, skip that first stitch, go into the second, double crochet, cross back, double crochet, skip one, double crochet, cross back to there. And you should always have 6 cross stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then at the end of the cross stitch, you're going to chain 1 for a single crochet. Make that connection. Chain 1 for a single crochet down. Start your cross stitch, chain 2, for double crochet, skip a stitch, double crochet, cross back, skip a stitch, double crochet, cross back. And then you just do that for the as long as you need, okay? For as long as you need. So I'm gonna just trail away at this for a little while, and then I will check back and let you know where I am. Okay, this is what mine's looking like. And what I did to measure is I take it and I just do one slight little pull, just very slight. And how I'm measuring it is these cross stitches, that's what I'm counting. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I count those all the way up, and I have 20 rows of cross stitches. So that fits me. So once you have, let me see if I can measure it. Let me just do that. So for me, it actually comes to 20 inches. So that's, for me, I like that. Everybody has their own way of measuring and what's comfortable, but I like a little bit of give. I don't want it to be so tight. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take like 12, maybe 15, 18 inches. It's more than enough. And I did this, and I'm just going to do a chain 1 and pull it through. Pull that. Okay. And I just want to, I meant to say this in the beginning, but sorry about the light. Today is New Year's Day, and it's like our first really cold. I mean, it even like got some little bit of snow out there. Very, very slight. And it's so dark out there. And all I'm going to do is, it's not rocket science. We just want the beginning and the ends to line up. And the way I did it on this purple one, and I liked it, if I can find it. Is it? Okay. It's very, very slight. It's very, very slight. You can't even really see, but I can see that I've joined there. And I kind of like that. But you can turn it inside out. I mean, you can literally do either side. That's also what I like about this stitch. So that's the way I'm going to do it. And the way that is when you take a look, we have 12. Okay. See that back loop? I'm going to go in that back loop. And I'm just going to take, because when we first started, we took the top loop, so there's just that bottom loop that's left. And I'm going to go on that back loop, and I'm going to go through. Okay. And I'm going to keep an eyeball on that. And then I'm going to go up to the second one, go on that back loop, and I'm going to poke through. I'm not really concerned about where I'm going. I just want to make sure I hit all these. Okay. Go in the next one, go straight back. Okay. Pull that up a little bit. Go into this next one. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do. Poking through. Okay, so I went through the 12. So what I'm going to do, because I've got this little gap here, I'm going to just go back to that last one, and I'm going to go at an angle. And then I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go through, but before I pull it, I'm going to come back around and tie a knot. And let's do our overkill for this video. I'm going to make another knot. Okay. So there's that. And that looks fine to me. So I think I'm going to just sew this in. I like to just manhandle it a little bit. You can even, if you wanted, do a trim. It would adds bulk to it, and I think this is quite big enough, but some people really like them really, really wide. And see, you can hardly even see where it's at. I mean, we can see it because we did it, but the normal person wouldn't even be able to tell. All right, so there we go. Matchy, matchy. Matchy, matchy. Wow, I love this. What a cool idea. Love it. Makes me start thinking about, I have some other beanies. That would be really fun to do, like a matching set. I didn't even think about that. I should work up some like fingerless gloves, because in the mornings I like to sit outside, but with gloves on I can't mess with my phone. So maybe I'll try to work up something like that for us in a different stitch. I'm sure you guys are like burned out on the cross stitch. Okay. Okay. I hope you guys can make a set, and I hope you love it. Let me know how it works for you. It's like my go-to headband under hat. And until the next time, I will catch you then. Thank you so much. Bye.